girls' games were just very, very 4 quarters of good basketball. On the flip side, Layton Christian holds a very good Richfield offense to 0 points for 12 minutes of action, and unfortunately still lost.
And can't come away with the victory. Yeah, that's got to be frustrating if you're an Eagles fan. But yeah, they both of those games were awesome. Morgan did. No disrespect meant towards Morgan. They did better against Layton or against Judge Memorial than I thought they would. Judge is a behemoth. 24-0 or 25-0 now. They haven't lost, and Morgan played them tough. Single-digit game most of the night. Ended up losing by I think 9 points in that one, but. Judge Memorial just an awesome team, and Morgan played them really well. Janelle Blazard had a good game. Olivia Jaffa had a good game. Alex Trussell had a good game. So
they have 4 double-digit scores, kind of similar to, we talked about this with Grantsville last night, kind of a big 4, if you will. That's the case with the Morgan Trojans and their top players. For Layton Christian, this is just a good defensive team. What they did against Grantsville, they took Mackenzie Allen, their best player, got her out of her rhythm, out of her element. Nicole Willardson, Richfield's best player, for much of the game, really until late in that fourth quarter, took her out of the element. We'll see how they do that tonight against Janelle Blazard and this Morgan Trojan offense. And a quick start and a quick scoop and score. Alex Trussell for 2, and it's 2-0. We're here at Bonneville High School after some miscommunication ends up in the scheduling, ends up here for these consolation games. Championship games tonight will be back at Weber State. Mia Jones not afraid of the 3, and it's long. Rebound comes down inside to the Trojans and Trussell, who averages 8 rebounds a game. Like when you got an 8 rebound per game and a 9 rebound per game gal, you're good. Both these teams, great rebounding teams. 35 a game for Layton Christian, 34 a game for Morgan.
Yeah, Jaffa and Trussell down low for Morgan. Just dominant down there. State champs last year. Both of those girls played on that team
as the 8 seed.
Yep. Made a run, beat the number 1 team in the quarterfinals, and then beat Emory, I think, in the finals last year.
Yeah, that was a rematch in the first round, and the Trojans got that win. The long shot is no good by Mariana Sabuero, and the rebound comes down to Jaffa and the Trojans. Janelle Blazard, who's just as terrific as a point guard comes in 3A with the left hand, draws the foul, and will get to the free throw line to shoot 2, where she shoots 79%.
Wow. Obviously put in a lot of time there. The senior captain, Janelle Blazard, she had a great game yesterday, too, getting into the lane against the big Judge Memorial team. Very, very, lot of length on that Judge Memorial team. And Janelle was able to get into the lane and still hit some of those shots.
First free throw is just off. So, yeah, you've got Blazard, Birkland, Jaffa, and Trussell that all average anywhere from 11 to 14 a game within those 4. So a great group.
And on the other side, for Layton Christian, they've got 5 girls that average, 4 that average in double figures, and 1 just below it. Mine Eisken? I don't know how to pronounce her name.
Eisken is how we've been pronouncing it. That's how the PA pronounced it.
Okay.
So Boyle, bit strong on the jump shot there. Rebound comes down inside to Jaffa. Jaffa just listed as a sophomore, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, she was a freshman last year on that championship team.
Finish with the left hand inside to Alex Trussell, the senior. She finishes inside. It's 5-0 for the Trojans. This has kind of been the theme for Layton Christian. Get off to a little bit of a slow start. Maybe analyze how your opponent's playing. A miss inside from Silva. And now comes Blazard ahead. Deflected by Jones. Ends up in the hands of Boyle. Rusgar Boyle with the basketball over on the left side. Guarded out front high. Now swings it back over to Sabuero. Now in the corner, it's Mia Jones, the lefty. Puts it on the floor, and we'll look to reset here for Layton Christian. Jones with the brightly green and pink colored shoes, picks up her dribble, goes in the paint to Silva. Turnaround jump shot is up and good. Silva's got good touch.
Wow, Bianca Silva, beautiful, like almost a fadeaway shot down there from just outside the right block.
3-point shot out on the wing is strong. Rebound inside, and boy, the size of Morgan kind of bothering Layton Christian. Now, Grantsville doesn't have a whole lot of size. Richfield really just has Nicole Willardson. You're dealing with 2 really good post players, and it's going to be interesting to see how they adjust to that as the game moves on.
Elena Birkland missed that three-pointer. She had a couple of three-pointers yesterday in that game against Judge. She's obviously one of their better three-point shooters for the Trojans.
36%. Love that number. Boyle, good-looking three-point shot right on cue. We're tied at 5. Boyle goes boom. Rusgar Boyle knocks it down. You a fan of Brooklyn Nine-Nine, Greg?
No, I figured Boyle Goes Boom had to be something there.
That is from Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
I've heard that's a great show. I haven't watched it.
It's my number 4 on my rankings.
Okay.
Got a long three-point shot again, long. That one from Jaffa. And the ball is going to be tied up. Possession arrow goes to Layton Christian. Barrett Hilton is an avid Brooklyn Nine-Nine fan.
Oh, yeah?
So, got Bigelow and Jaffa. In for Jaffa. Is that? Okay.
No. So,
what we
yeah,
got
that
here?
shot, that last one was Bigelow, Danielle Bigelow, number 25.
I must have just missed that. Thank you for the correction.
Yeah, you bet.
Blazard over on the right side after the miss from Layton Christian. Bigelow catches straight away. Now takes that long 2-point shot. It's strong. Rebound comes down to Silva. Silva, a really good rebounding guard, but she scores and dishes it well. 17 points, 7 assists per game. Just didn't know where she was quite going with it. Turns it back over. Yeah. Possession to Morgan. First sub of the game for the Trojans, Emery Morel checks in, the junior.
Yeah, she gave him a lot of good minutes yesterday as well. Morel did.
Getting it across the timeline is Blazard. Now catching also Marissa Spence, the senior, has checked in for the Trojans. Blazard goes baseline, little float shot in the lane. Pretty shot. Love the use of the baseline, Greg, as Janelle Blazard getting in the paint and knocking down the shot.
A couple of good purposeful dribbles with her left hand along that baseline. Gets open, gets past that wing defender. No help comes. Nice little running jump shot.
And
good
Boyle has deflected, yes. Very aggressive. That leaves a 3 for Sabuero. It's short, long rebound, fought for. That's going to be last touch by Mia Jones. Possession to Layton Christian.
Coach Sterling Mack for Morgan comes out on the floor and gives a high five to his player.
I tell you what.
He's as demonstrative a coach as you'll see on the sidelines.
I don't know the guy. I've never spoken to him. I'd be tempted to run through a brick wall for him, just seeing how the relationship with his players.
Here at the broadcaster booth.
That's right. And he's directly, he's 12 o'clock from where we're sitting right now.
Yep.
Ball goes over on the left side to Janelle Blazard. Ball fake, gets it up high now to Spence. In the corner, thinking about the 3, and now taking the 3. It's off. Good look there from Bigelow. Rebound comes down to Silva and Layton Christian. Eagle basketball, trailing this 7-5. It was 5-0. 5 straight from Layton Christian, and now a bucket inside. The pump fake. Sage Mosley has checked in. She has not played much in this tournament, a senior guard. And a foul on Boyle. It's going to be sideline out of bounds now for the Layton Christian Eagles.
Yeah, Layton Christian put that shot up and in, but the foul came first, so kind of saved Morgan. A couple of points there. As long as you don't get those 2 post players in foul trouble, and I guess Blazard as well, you're probably okay if you're Morgan taking that foul.
Great pass from Jones, just a bullet as Silva takes the baseline shot. Well defended by Danielle Bigelow outside, and the rebound comes down inside to Morel.
Good box out by Emery Morel there.
Yes. Across the timeline, it's Blazard, the senior point guard, 14 points and 5 assists per game. Bigelow, skip pass to the outside over to Trussell. Good ball movement here, leads to an open Blazard 3. Pretty shot, it's strong, and the long rebound going and getting it is Blazard. Crosses over, gets in the paint, now sends it back inside. Spen, outside J for 2 is strong by Morel, and it's rebounded offensively. Somehow that just went to Morgan. They just went and wanted it more. Bigelow goes and gets it. Spen for 3, short. Goes out of bounds to Layton Christian. A good look there from Marissa Spence. And our score reads still 7-5, 2:30 to go. Another good moving first. A lot of these games, Greg, I feel like have been very quick moving early. Not a lot of fouls called in the first quarter this entire tournament.
That's a good point, yeah. And the later games, kind of the opposite. And,
that's a good point.
And maybe it's when the games have a little bit more on the line, they take a little bit longer, more fouls. I don't know. But that's
interesting.
Yeah.
This is the third, fourth place game. I would say it's win or go home, but it's you can win and go home.
Yeah.
Everyone's going home today at some point.
Yep,
so
last day, you want to be playing on Saturday. Here they are. You bet. Third, fourth game.
True, and it's always good to end your season on a win. That's something you can always, you always hear you want to make your last shot when you're practicing, or don't end on a miss. I feel like it's a good motivation to end the season as well. We don't want to end on a miss.
That's what I always
you don't want to end your practice.
Yep,
on a
always
miss.
used to tell my boys, you got to end on a make. Yep.
little superstitious there.
Yeah, just a little.
I'm not going to say it this time. You're not going to bait me into saying it this time.
We've got a few of those. We've got a few of the little stitious.
Layton Christian basketball, 2:30 to go in this opening quarter. They trail at 7-5. Neither team's been able to score here for about a minute and a half, 2 minutes, Greg. Kind of a dry spell, and you'll see that with this Layton Christian defense. The longer the game goes on, the better they adjust. And it's about then adjusting to the defense for their opponent. Silva picks up her dribble. Now Mia Jones on the left side. Jones, the lefty, hands it back off on the outside to number 5, Rusgar Boyle. Boyle loses control of the basketball. Camila Brooks, the juniors, come in. She gives them 6 points a game. Silva, tough shot in the paint. It's off. Rebound strong. Beautiful board by Jaffa. Out in transition come the Trojans. Trojans, a nice little runner in the lane from Birkeland. And she had it for a second and then taken away. And outside was Silva, who goes coast to coast like butter on toast and lays it in for 2. We're tied at 7 apiece.
4 points for Bianca Silva. Yeah, just hustling out, catching that outlet pass, keeping the defender on her back. Kind of a bigger defender coming up behind her, but she's able to keep her on her back, use her body well, and knock that one down.
Good ball movement inside, but it's taken away. And that should lead to a jump. Oh, it took a minute for them to call the whistle, blow the whistle on that. But it is a jump ball. Possession arrow will stay with the Trojans. Heads up play that time by number 15, Emery Morel.
Tossing the ball to the official there. You see that? It went right off the face.
Oh, I didn't catch that.
The girls were all putting their hands up. Oh, sorry. Speaking of taking yesterday.
Has that gone viral yet, Barrett? He doesn't know. He probably doesn't want to know.
I shouldn't have brought it up.
Long rebound comes out to the Eagles, and Silva just way underthrown on that pass. Kicks it over now in the corner to the Eagles, to Camila Brooks. She'll skip it across the drive. The 18-foot J is no good by Maslin Bailey, the junior. Ball goes back in the corner. A good-looking 3 from Brooks is good. Terrific-looking corner 3. Camila Brooks, she did play a very good game yesterday, Greg.
Yeah, she came off the bench yesterday against Judge and had a really good game. Scored, I think she had 6 or 8 points. Don't have it in front of me, but she really did a good job off the bench for the Trojans.
Silva clearly fouled. That's going to be Kaylee Bokut picking up the personal, the senior.
Yeah, just reaching in, grabbing across the arm. Pretty easy. Easiest call of the night for the officials right there.
Absolutely.
Or the day. It's still morning, right? Afternoon.
I think we're losing track of time with now on our third
We're just
day.
in a gym all the time.
The drive inside, the tough shot. Silva with another little floater. Can't get that one to fall. Rebound comes down to the Trojans. A good box out by Olivia Jaffa. 9 rebounds a game for just the sophomore. Morgan just reloads in every sport. I tell you what, these programs just don't go away. Little shot in the paint, a good-looking little floater from Brooks. It's no good. Rebound to Jones, and we will get a jump ball. Possession arrow going the other way to the Layton Christian Eagles.
Yeah, good job by Jaffa to get her hands in there, though, and tie that one up. In that game yesterday, we had a lot of jump balls in that one.
Yeah.
Cole Wissinger was keeping track of that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
To ask him about that.
Yeah.
That's fun. That's kind of funny.
About 10 in the second half, roughly.
Oof. Eiskin back in the game out high. Mine Eiskin, she's played really well in this tournament. Kind of had an up-and-down regular season, but she's just been really solid for them, especially on the defensive end. Good hesitation there. Drives to the basket. Beautiful move. Mine Eiskin, 7 points, 6 boards a game. She's got great numbers from the floor, 48 from the field and 40 from 3. Just doesn't take a ton of shots, and that will end quarter number 1. Morgan leads at 10-9 over Layton Christian. We'll be back on Centricom Channel 10 and ETV.
I'm a mom raising 4 kids, so I know what you're dealing with. Distractions during homework time, faces buried in devices at dinner, not to mention the tug of war to pry devices away from my kids when it's time to go to bed. So I looked everywhere to find a system that could help me with everything I need. A system I can trust. And I found it. It's called CentraGuard by Centricom. You can get started with taking back the internet by visiting Centricom.com right now. CentraGuard. Better family internet.
Hi, I'm Dustin Shakespeare, the Central Region Pathways Coordinator. Do you know what pathways are offered at your high school that connect with Snow College? Students enrolled in career technical education courses can develop valuable real-world technical skills and a strong academic foundation. Over 630 students completed CTE pathways last year in the Central Utah region. Our 35 pathways empower students to explore career options, pursue what they are passionate about, and earn valuable industry certifications. To learn more about these career pathways, talk to your CTE teachers and school counselors today.
Welcome back on in. Second quarter action as we get underway here. It's going to be inbounded by Danielle Bigelow. Ball comes in over to Birkland. Pulls up for three. Good looking jumper again. No good. Rebound tipped and controlled. Jones tapped it over to Boyle. Rusgar Boyle with the basketball. Gets it across the timeline. Guarded out front by Bigelow. Hand off to Eisken. Eisken will drive. Kind of lost control of where she was going with the basketball. It's a turnover. Janelle Blazard with it. Oh, crafty behind the back dribble and then just runs into Silva and we'll get a tie-up. Possession arrow goes to Layton Christian with Morgan getting the possession to start the quarter.
It'll be interesting to see. Layton Christian doesn't go very deep on their bench. You look at their stats for this year and they've got 5 girls that are averaging about over 90% of their points. So it'll be interesting to see if they, if you're tired after 3 straight days of basketball.
Yeah. Out of bounds. Possession goes back over. A couple of errant passes, maybe the word to use for Layton Christian. Passing maybe just hasn't been as crisp for them as Sage Mousley checks in, another senior for Layton Christian. Bringing the ball down is Blazard. Gets it over on the left side. Caught by Bigelow. Ball fakes, and Bigelow just goes down, and Mosley quick to help her up.
Just got those legs tangled up there.
Yeah. It's kind of the wrong place at the wrong time kind of situation. 5 fouls for the entire half for either team, or for both teams combined, I should say. Ball goes inside, back out. Ball movement, open 3, straight away. Good looking shot again. Elena Birkland, 36% from 3, knocks that one down. It's 13-9.
She loves that 3-point shot right at the top of the key.
Good look from Boyle, no good. Ball secured, nice job by Trussell just to go get it. Sometimes in these tournaments, we see people just want to let the ball go out of bounds. Great job by Birkland just to go secure it. And unfortunately, that pass for Danielle Bigelow just a little bit to the outside of her reach. It goes back to Layton Christian.
Got a good crowd here for both of these teams. Yeah. Obviously, both of these schools pretty close to Bonneville High School here. Just a short drive for either of them. But good little turnout here. Next game coming up after this, you got Juan Diego and Manti. Yeah. See if any of those Manti folks stayed up here. Juan Diego didn't have a lot of fans there yesterday, so I would be surprised if they have a ton here today. But Manti had a good turnout, and like I say, Morgan 2 straight games, having the boys playing in that 5th, 6th place game where they defeated Ben Lomond, and then the girls right now, obviously.
Very beneficial
fans can
there.
Just come and stay, yep.
Both in the home uniforms, don't even have to switch sides.
That's right. Yep.
Missed shot inside.
Both came in the number 5 seed.
That's right.
In the tournament.
They were both 5, and Grantsville's were both 3. Yeah. Boyle misses the shot. Blazard now on the over right side, trying to get rid of it, guarded by her numerical opposite, and Rusgar Boyle. Blazard thought about the 3, now hesitates. Great ball handling from Janelle Blazard. Little 8-foot shot, not 18 feet in the paint. No good. Rebound controlled, loose on the floor, and I think we'll get a jump ball. Oh, timeout to Layton Christian. Quick timeout, heads up play there by Grace Idiogaweri. She is a junior. Doesn't take a lot of shots, but when she does, 52 from the field and 50 from 3. Good. One thing I will give Coach Jones a lot of credit for, everyone on this Layton Christian team knows their role very well. They know what they're capable of, very buying into the program type situation that he's got here at Layton Christian. And Mia Jones, really the only player that came back from last year's team that was pretty competitive in 3A, made it to the quarterfinals there.
Yeah, and that's a team that really, they could have been playing tonight. That was a close game. I don't remember the final score between them and Richfield, but it was, it was
43-39, I want to say was the final.
Yeah, really close there at the end. Yeah, and Richfield just able to pull that one away. Going to have a fun girls final tonight. Judge Memorial and Taya Sidbury against Richfield and Nicole Willardson.
And those have been, it's interesting, those have been the 1-2 in the RPI the majority of the season. Yeah. And in the boys, until the last night, it was Layton Christian and Grantsville that were in that 1-2 spot, kind of not necessarily flip-flopping as much on that as Judge and Richfield were, but
yeah.
Silva goes on the block. Sabuero for 2, no good. Loose ball corralled by Cadence Wardell, just a sophomore. Oh, what a beautiful pass, and it was actually read very well. And did they call jump again? Oh, no, they got a foul. They did get a foul. It goes on Mine Eiskin. That's her first personal. So each team with 3 fouls apiece, 5:48 to go here in the opening half. Marissa Spence checks in. I think Bigelow returned just right there as well for Morgan. Blazard triggers on the baseline, gets it into Spence, sends it out high. Caught by Wardell. Now back out on the left side to Bigelow. Skip pass, Blazard thought about the 3. Decides to pull it back out. Morgan will look to move the basketball around. Get it now up top to Spence.
Yeah, against that 2-3 defense, you just got to hustle.
Yeah.
And pass the ball quick. Move the ball quick. Don't hold it long.
The drive baseline from Bigelow. Caught by Spence. Ball moving a little more quickly now, but boy, this was the problem Richfield had yesterday is they weren't moving it quite quick enough to get the zone moving, and it leads to an offensive foul.
Yeah, just trying to drive along the baseline that time. Who was that? That was Trussell. Just reached out that left arm and pushed off just a little bit. Nicely sold by the Layton Christian Academy defender, and gets a turnover back to Layton Christian.
A plethora of subs in for the Trojans, including, I believe, Birkland returns along with Jaffa. Rosie Pence has checked in for the first time tonight.
Yeah, Coach Mack, he'll do line changes out there. He'll do definite hockey line changes, putting 4 or 5 new players in.
Sabuero kind of holding down, saying she got hit in the face. We'll get a timeout here.
And the Trojan girls, they probably could have been a little bit more aggressive there, but they could see that she was hurt, so they kind of just backed off.
Yeah.
If you watch on this replay, you see them, they stop reaching for the ball, looking at the ref like, hey, she's hurt. Until the timeout comes.
Great replay. A big thanks to Barrett for getting that for us. 13-9 our score here in quarter number 2. Greg, overall, I've done now 3 Layton Christian games, and this is pretty much how they've all gone. They like to play slow.
Extremely defensive, huh?
Very defensive-minded. And if Layton Christian gets their shot going, it's kind of a watch-out moment. You held Richfield to 0 points for 12 minutes, but you didn't build nearly. I think the biggest lead they had was maybe 7 at one point in that game against Richfield.
Wow.
And that was when Richfield wasn't scoring. I mean, I think it went from a 7-point lead to a 14-point swing for a stretch there. And that's pretty good considering you didn't score if you're Richfield. Shot is no good. They're going to say it's on the floor anyway, the foul. And Bianca Silva will draw the foul. Now they'll take it baseline out of bounds. Silva 73% from the free throw line, 53 from the field, 52 from 3. She doesn't take a lot of threes, but
she's a good ball handler. She's not the tallest player out there. You've seen her split the defense a couple of times and get into the lane like she just did right there until the foul came, and obviously a real good ball player.
Eiskin misses the 3-point shot. Rebound corralled by Emery Morrell. Now into the hands of Birkland. Looks to cross over. Kind of getting a little fancy with that one-handed pass, and it's picked off. Silva leads the break for Layton Christian. Throws up the shot. It's no good. Ball fighting for it, Silva, and then she's fouled on the second attempt. I thought there was actually probably more contact on the first than the second one.
Yeah, I agree with that.
But I guess the ball doesn't lie, and she'll go to the free throw line.
Yeah, ball just comes back to her. She's around the tall trees if you watch that replay. And ball just ended up in her hand after she missed it. Got the foul. Good free throw shooter here. Got the first.
Oh, boy, that ball was down.
She got the first one.
Rolls out. 4:21 to go here in quarter number 2. It's 13-9 in favor of Morgan. As these two teams not too far away from each other. And as region play commenced with these two, Morgan won both of those games.
Yeah, they went 9-1 in that region 13.
Yeah. Tough to beat a team 3 times. We'll see if the Eagles can pull that feat off here this afternoon. Little inside shot, beautiful play. Olivia Jeffa just with a nice soft touch, about 10 feet out, pushes the lead up to 5 now for the Trojans. Eiskin with it, bounces to Mia Jones. Jones gets it across the timeline. Jones, very left-hand dominant. She doesn't dribble a whole lot with the right hand. Very good, though, on the catch and shoot with the lefty. Inside, Sabuero misses the shot. Rebound to Jaffa. Bianca Silva being very aggressive out on Rosie Pence. Three-point shot on the way for the Trojans. Looks good. Long ball ends up back in the hands of Birkeland, who missed that three. Now goes over in the corner to Morrell. Birkeland thought about the three. Good closeout drive. Little runner in the lane. No good. Rebound inside. Stick back is no good by Jaffa, and Mia Jones comes down with it. Wow. Two great looks for the Trojans.
Yeah, plus a good look from three by Birkeland.
Silva, good-looking three, rims out. Rebound to Bocut. Kaylee Bocut, another senior for this Trojan team. They've got 4 or 5 seniors. I think they got 5 seniors on the roster, and this will be their final game in their Morgan career. Another good-looking three. Boy, Elena Birkeland has just got terrific form. There's a reason she shoots 36% from three on the year.
You can tell she has a green light. In these last couple of games, if she has an open look from behind the arc, she's going to take it. Hit a couple yesterday, couple today, 6 points for her.
Trojans with a game-high 8-point lead. It's 18-10. Silva with the basketball, sends it cross-court to Sabuero. Now guarded out front by Bocut. Resetting is Rusgar Boyle. Boyle lobs it inside. Deflected, but it leads to a Mia Jones three. That's her favorite spot. She misses the left corner three. Now on the other side, it's Birkeland. Behind the back dribble. Silva out on her. They kind of go pick and pop. Now swing it over to the left side, now in the paint. Spin, shot by Jaffa. No, but she clearly got hit on the arm. 2 free throws for sophomore Olivia Jaffa.
Yeah, Jaffa likes that spot just below the free throw line, right on that volleyball line. That deepest out-of-bounds volleyball line. Just a little turnaround jumper. She does a lot of work down there this year. Her and Trussell both. They'll do a lot of post-to-post action where one of them's a little bit higher and the other one down on the block. But just a couple of really good post players for Coach Mack.
She shoots it at 54%. That is off the mark. Madison checking in. Second shot coming here from Olivia Jaffa. A little bit shy. I don't think that grazed rim. I thought it might have barely touched the rim. Either way, it goes out of bounds, so it'll be Layton Christian basketball.
She's laughing at that a little bit,
yeah.
You know?
That's all you can do, right?
She's made enough shots. She's permitted to miss one every once in a while.
Silva takes a tough 18-footer. It's no good. Rebound inside by Jaffa.
Just a good box out. If you get a box out with that kind of length, that kind of height, it's going to be tough to get a board over her.
Straight away, shot is off by Birkeland, but she follows it, throws it back out. A lot of contact on the floor, and a foul going to be called on Layton Christian.
That's the second or third time she's missed a three-pointer and been the one to get her own rebound. Give him another shot down here on this end. Elena Birkeland just does a great job following her shot, keeping the possession to the Trojans.
And kind of another hockey line change. Three subs now come in for the Trojans, including Janelle Blazard. Blazard triggers, gets it in low, now kick back out. Blazard thought about the three, now takes it. It's short, ball tapped right to Jaffa, though, lays it up and in, her easiest shot of the night. Doubles up the score, 20-10, Morgan in front. It's been a minute since Layton Christian scored any points.
Quite a while.
Foul out front on Elena Birkeland.
Kind of similar to what Layton Christian did to Richfield yesterday. I don't have the exact number of minutes since they scored, but it's been a while.
Got a minute 40 to go in the half. It's 20-10 our score. That's the 6th foul on Morgan, so Layton Christian will shoot the rest of the way here. Sabuero with it over on the right side. Gets it up to Jones. Jones loses control of the basketball, now picks it back up. Tries to cross, and Janelle Blazard, wish she had that one back. You just read her lips on the screen. I had it.
Yeah, she just reached in there, knocked that one away. She was going to be going in for an easy, well, maybe not an easy layup because you would have had Mia Jones chasing her down with a little bit more length, but still would have had at least a look at the basket.
Eiskin with it, spins out of it, comes off the screen. Good screen, leads to a Jones wide open triple. No good. Rebound tapped and fought out. Corral. Jones now ends up back with it out front. Jones hands back off to Boyle. Boyle looks to cross and look. Guess who? Getting their hands in there again. And they call a foul.
Ooh,
I don't know about
5
that.
which team? Oh, it's on. Okay, yeah, because it was.
I guess
on
the
numerical
reach.
opposites. Yeah, but Janelle Blazard, you just cannot cross over in front of her. She'll get her hand in there and knock it away. She's done it twice now on these last couple of possessions.
I guess maybe her arm got a little tangled in there, but it's a 1-1 for Roosgar Boyle, 86% free throw shooter. You can see why. And that ends a drought. That was a big drought there for Layton Christian. They hadn't scored in a minute. And it's now 20-11. The Trojans in front by 9. Misses the second. Rebound comes back out to Camila Brooks. Brooks bounces it up ahead. Blazard, they leave her wide open. Takes and makes. Janelle Blazard, 35% from 3, extends a game-high lead to 12 now for Morgan's offense.
6 points for Blazard now. First 3 of the night.
Eiskin crosses over. The ball goes back out to Sobrero. Guarded by Blazard again. The handoff now goes to Boyle. The double comes. They get it down low to Eiskin. She just didn't have a ton of time to catch it, and they'll get a jump ball. They're trying to argue a travel because she rolled, but they give the jump ball. Possession arrow stays, or will go the other way to Morgan.
Yeah, it looked like she might have had a streaking eagle coming down into the paint. If one more pass would have been a layup, just couldn't get it off there quick enough.
Andrea Murado checks in for the first time tonight, along with Laura Velasco. Coach Jones going deep to his bench, something he hasn't really done much this tournament. They play usually the same 5, almost all 32 minutes. Ball ends up on the right side to Brooks. Now back top of the key. Again, trying to get this zone moving just a tiny bit. Oh, and they're okay just taking the last shot. Just 15 seconds to go. Blazard goes through her hands, ends up in the hands of Spence. Now over on the right side, it's Brooks. Camila lobs it inside. Blazard with 6, with 5, takes up the shot. Count it, and 1. What a play for Janelle Blazard. Can do a little bit of everything. Take you on the block, take you from outside, and she gets an opportunity for the N1.
A little back to the basket play there by Janelle Blazard, down on the right block, going up against the bigger player. Kind of just using her body to shield the defender and then put that shot up from behind.
Free throw good. Trojans by 15, 4.1 to go in this first half. And Eiskin has it lost, and Bigelow would have been better just shooting that, tried to lead it out for Blazard, but that is the end of the first half. It's Morgan 26, Layton Christian 11. We'll be back with halftime stats courtesy of Brad James after this on Centricom Channel 10 and ETV.
McDonald's is a proud sponsor of the Utah High School Activity Association. Download the McDonald's app today and potentially score some free McDonald's every time you use the app. And thank you to McDonald's. For your halftime presentation, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the Morgan High Spirit Squad. Spirit Squad. The Layton Christian Academy cheerleaders.
Welcome to the Space Jam. Here's your chance, do your dance at the Space Jam. All right. Come on and slam, and welcome to the jam. Come on and slam, if you want to jam.
The Layton Christian Academy cheerleaders. Thanks to the Deseret News for being the title sponsor for the Academic All-State Awards. And stats and standings are available at maxpreps.com, the official stats partner of the UHSAA. And today's event is being streamed live online today by KSL Solar Sports. Visit kslsports.com to watch USAA Championship events. KSL Sports, the streaming home of the UHSAA. And did you know that dairy protein powers your performance? Local dairy farm families are passionate about supporting athletics and producing nutrient-rich dairy products to fuel your athletes. Learn more at unbottled.com. And each year, the Utah High School Activity Association has sponsored an academic all-state team to recognize those young men and women who have excelled in the classroom as well as in competition. The Deseret News has joined with the UHSAA as title sponsor for this prestigious award. To view this year's academic all-state winners,
at MTCC,
please visit
we're more than just
UHSAA.org.
We're the connecting your life people. For the past 114 years, MTCC has been the local industry leader in connecting people and businesses by providing professional service with the best options in technology. If you need phone, TV, or internet service for your home or business, come see the experts at MTCC. Call or text us today at 435-835-2929. MTCC, connecting your life since 1907.
Hi, I'm Dustin Shakespeare, the Central Region Pathways Coordinator. Do you know what pathways are offered at your high school that connect with Snow College? Students enrolled in career technical education courses can develop valuable real-world technical skills and a strong academic foundation. Over 630 students completed CTE pathways last year in the Central Utah region. Our 35 pathways empower students to explore career options, pursue what they are passionate about, and earn valuable industry certifications. To learn more about these career pathways, talk to your CTE teachers and school counselors today.
Centricom believes the service relationship continues long after installation, and we're available to support you every step of the way. That's why if there is a problem with our equipment, a service visit from us means no cost to you. We know the value of a satisfied customer, so if you refer us to a friend, we'll take care of them and you'll get 1 month of service free. We promise to make your experience the best it can be. Centricom, keeping you connected.
Hi, I'm Dustin Shakespeare, the Central Region Pathways Coordinator. Do you know what pathways are offered at your high school that connect with Snow College? Students enrolled in career technical education courses can develop valuable real-world technical skills and a strong academic foundation. Over 630 students completed CTE pathways last year in the Central Utah region. Our 35 pathways empower students to explore career options, pursue what they are passionate about, and earn valuable industry certifications. To learn more about these career pathways, talk to your CTE teachers and school counselors today.
Welcome back on in. As we're getting a look at this. Oh my goodness. Okay, we're going to jump back on into our stats here provided by Mr. Brad James. Closer to Brad than we've been all weekend up here at Bonneville High School.
Brad not getting his steps in quite as well today.
That won't happen until Brad will get his steps in tonight. So,
That's
and
right.
he's Brad. Do you know how many steps you've gotten in over the last 2 days? 33K, wow. There you go. He gets about 10K a day, 10,000 steps a day.
In a normal day.
Yeah. You see him walking along the streets of Manti, he gets those steps in. So.
If you've watched us while we've been at Weber State, we've had, we're up high.
Where the camera's at.
Yeah, Brad's down on the scorer's desk. So he's running us stats. We sure appreciate him.
Overall, Greg, Trojans only shot 33% from the floor, but 16%. And
twice as good as Layton Christian.
And they didn't turn the ball. Morgan didn't turn the ball over. They grabbed 9 offensive rebounds, out-rebounding the Eagles 26-11. 9 points from Janelle Blazard. She's been phenomenal. So 15-point deficit for Layton Christian as we begin the second half. Eiskin with it. Hands back off on the outside to Boyle. Now a little pick and pop with Sobrero for 2. No, Eiskin, good job getting in there and fighting for the rebound as she draws an early foul here in quarter number 3. First foul for either team in the half.
Yeah, going to have to see if Layton Christian can hit some shots here in this second half to get back into this. So obviously, with only 11 points, they got a lot of work to do. Their defense has been up to it all weekend. We'll see if their offense can catch up. Nice little move right there to start the half, though.
Ruzgar Boyle is going to have to be a big part of that as she lays it in. She averages 16 a game. Cuts the lead to 16. Morgan still doubling them up, 26-13. Ball caught out high, now over on the left side. Thinking about the three is Bigelow, 31% three-point shooter. Moving it around is Blazard, now over on the right side to Birkeland. Goes inside, scoop and score. Olivia Jaffa lays it in again, and it's 28-13. How many is that now for Jaffa?
Just
Up
4.
to 4? Okay.
Yeah, Jaffa and Trussell both with just 4, but they sure do a lot more than just
because they've been that active, Things that don't necessarily show up in the scoreboard, and a foul goes out front.
Jaffa with 6 rebounds there in the first half, and Trussell with 4 as well. Danielle Bigelow with 4. Just doing a great job both on the offensive and defensive glass. 9 offensive boards for Morgan.
Drive and foul, and that's one thing Layton Christian, they didn't make a field goal. Both of those shots made were free throws by the Eagles.
Quarter.
Yeah, in the second quarter. So going back to the free throw line will be Rusgar Boyle.
Mentioned in the first half about Birkland taking those three-pointers. She was 2 of 7 from the three-point line, but she had 3 offensive rebounds on 4 of those misses. So 3 offensive boards of her 4 three-point shot misses.
Boyle shoots 86% at the free throw line on the season. Second one's up and good. Nothing but the bottom for Rusgar Boyle. And now a little bit of pressure here. This is one thing Layton Christian has not done a ton of, is they just rely on their defense being so good to get stops. They haven't pressed a whole lot. Leaves an open 3 for Birkland. Goes long, rebound out of bounds. It will go. And is that Malik Diallo playing a little soccer there on the baseline?
You saw that over there. He'll be in this next game for Juan Diego, one of the best players in the state for Juan Diego. But, yeah, doing a little knee in that ball back to the Layton Christian players.
You want to know who you did not do that to? Coach Jugendtobler. If you kneed or kicked a basketball, that was not good for Manti folks that know that about Coach Jugendtobler. He did not like when you kick a ball. Says we're not playing soccer. Ball goes inside, beautifully done, just unable to finish with Sobrero, the best look she's had all night. And the rebound comes down to the Trojans. Blazard crosses over, and turning the pages, it's Silva, coast to coast, lays it up and in. Blazard was doing that all first half, just picking the pocket of the guards of Layton Christian, and that time Bianca Silva.
Kind of doing what Blazard was doing, as you mentioned, Tanner. Just take it away. Got an easy layup there. Cut that lead to 11.
Birkland straight away gives it to Blazard. Thought about a deep 3. Step back 3 on the way. No good. Long rebound to Mia Jones. Jones averages 12 rebounds a game, and she's a guard. Transition opportunity. Boyle, left-handed layup, good. Down to a single-digit game, 29-18. Timeout to the Morgan Trojans. 5:55 to go, and this is where Layton Christian, Greg, can get really dangerous, is when their defense forces turnovers and they get out in transition. That was the one thing you got to give Richfield credit for yesterday. They always got back in transition and didn't allow easy baskets like that. Layton Christian can be very deadly when they get out with the athletes and the skill of their girls.
Yeah, and Morgan hasn't given that up much here in that first half. Here, what are we, 2 minutes or so into the second half? And how many times have we seen that already for Layton Christian? And that's how they need to get back into it. We talked about it coming out of that halftime break, that defense needs to turn to offense, and that's exactly what's happened. 15-point lead there at the half, and you got an 8-2 run to start this half for Layton Christian.
Trojan basketball coming out of the timeout, and Layton Christian does still set up in their press. Kind of a one-girl press as the ball goes in.
Yeah, almost just a man-to-man press, just trying to get the ball out of the hands of Janelle Blazard, I think.
And I don't blame him at all.
Yeah.
Turnaround jump shot in the paint is no good inside, but then the rebound and stick back. Boy, Alex Trussell, that is a grown woman's move as she lays that up and in. Lead back to 11, 30-19. Silva catches. Thought about the 3. Has to be picked up outside and kicks it back outside to Boyle. Boyle gets to the free throw line, sends to Silva. Now in the corner, Mia Jones. That's her spot. Takes the 3. It's no good. Rebound fought for by Eiskin and a foul. So that's 5 fouls on the Trojans now in the third quarter, and we're only 2.5 minutes in.
Wow, that'll be something to watch. Yeah. The one good thing about coming to Bonneville as opposed to Weber is I was hoping we could actually see the number of fouls up on the board, because they don't have that at Weber for each player, and we're not seeing that here. So see the team fouls, but not the number for each player. Just have to listen to the PA announcer. Or I guess ask Brad. I'm sure he keeps that.
3-point shot on the way, no good by Boyle. Comes out, Marissa Spence has got it. Now to Blazard. On the right side, Janelle Blazard with that power left-hand dribble. Now pulls it back out. Up top to Spence. Gives it over Blazard. Steps in. Dribble drive. Bounces inside. Turn. Hook. Shoot. No good. And a good box out by the Layton Christian defense. Specifically Sobrero. That's what allowed Mia Jones to get the rebound.
Good offense by Janelle Blazard to get it into the lane. Nice little dump off to Olivia Jaffa. She doesn't miss when she's that close very often. And Blazard passed up an open look at 3 to get that better shot. So we'll see if Blazard maybe is a little bit more selfish next time, tries to hit that 3-pointer.
Eiskin goes low, inside, Spin by Sobrero, just going away from the basket. You got to go stronger towards it, and the missed. Turnover, transition opportunity. Blazard had it taken away. Silva gets right into the lane. Little Euro step shot. Great move, just can't finish it.
That would have been pretty if that would have fell. She's going away from the basket, fading away with the right hand, put it up off the glass. Just not quite enough English on that.
Little Manu Ginobili in her step there, and a jump ball possession goes back to Morgan. We'll keep an eye on the fouls here as Janelle Blazard will get a brief rest. Trojans breaking this press, and unfortunately, Bocut was stepping out of bounds. Ball goes back to Layton Christian, 4:09 to go. The Morgan fans on the front row don't like it, saying she got pushed. I don't think that was the case. Jones will trigger it into Silva. 4:09 to go in this third period. Layton Christian making this a little bit more interesting. It was a 15-point game at halftime. They've gotten it as low as 9, currently an 11-point lead. Ball deflected out of bounds, stays with Layton Christian. Now at the midway point of quarter number 3, more semifinal action coming up again. Manti and Juan Diego. Jones having a tough time getting it in, but she's got Eiskin wide open. She puts it on the deck, gives it back outside to to Boyle. Boyle trying to create, just gets by the defender, lays it up and in. A great hezzy move from Rusgar Boyle, and the lead's down tonight. She's been the one really carrying the load, Greg, offensively in the second half.
12 points for her now. How many in the second half? I mean, she had 4, so she has 8 in the second half.
That's a 10-4 run to start the period for for Layton Christian against Morgan. Inside shot, no good, and we'll get a jump ball with Trussell and Jones jumping it up.
Tough fight down there, down low. Alex Trussell not.
And she
wanted that ball.
I think the official said you need to calm down, and I'm just trying to get the basketball, and I don't blame her one bit.
Yeah.
She'll take a seat here briefly. 3:29 to go. 9-point lead. Is now Morgan going to bring just a little bit of pressure, just letting the Eagle offense know we're still here. We're not going away. Silva across the timeline. Just to come off the screen. Slip pass into Eiskin. Kicks it out. 3 from Boyle. Good. Boy, and we got a 6-point game. Morgan fans wanting to travel. Ends in a 3-point shot for Layton Christian, and then Silva picks off the pass like a DB. Turnover. And then turned again over from behind. What hustle. I think that was Eiskin on the basketball. And a timeout to Layton Christian.
Had about 3 turnovers there in about 3 seconds. Yeah. Back and forth and back and forth.
Just when you thought someone had possession of the basketball. Let's see here. The 3 from Rusgar Boyle. She's got a pretty shot. Shoots it maybe a little low from the hip, but the motion's great and the ball goes in.
She's got 11 points here in this half so far. We're what, 5 minutes into this. How many points did the Eagles have in the entire first half? The whole team? 11 points. Yeah, she's doubled them up here in the second half to go along with 3 more points for the Eagles from Bianca Silva.
And she had 4 in the first half, so she's got 15 now in the game. Average is 16.
Yep.
Just a junior. Eiskin and Jones, the 2 main seniors that play for this Layton Christian squad. Love getting the huddle. Love our camera angles, all the camera work we've had this weekend.
Coach Mack called that timeout. He's kind of just letting his team talk. Some of the assistant coaches saying some things, girls talking to each other.
Yeah.
It's
an interesting thing.
Kind of Coach Mack just standing outside the huddle, letting them talk.
Coaching styles are something that always just fascinate me, how each coach is so unique and so different. And you have some that are obviously very much alike in some ways and different in other ways. I mean, we talked to Dustin Shakespeare, and I feel like I'm talking to Devin a good chunk of the time. But they don't agree on every single thing. Devin's excited for the shot clock. I know Dustin's not disappointed necessarily, maybe less excited is the word. And shout out to Dustin's boy, by the way. We got a text, 25 of 25 at the free throw line in a competition today.
Down in Vegas. The kids go to Chicago. We'll talk about that in that Manti game next. They know, a lot of those Manti fans obviously know Dustin more. But
foul out front. That's 6 team fouls now on Morgan.
Wow.
So Layton Christian will shoot the rest of this game. And Layton Christian has not committed a foul here in the third quarter, second half. My goodness. And that, I think it's just the style of the game. They've been the aggressors on offense, getting into the paint a little bit more. And Silva drives.
That was the second foul called against Emery Morrell there. I was wondering if it was going to go on Elena Birkland. I think she might have 2 as well. I was trying to listen to that. But
ball goes back, recovered. Eiskin with it, gets it over in the corner. Silva now sends up high, up top to Blazard. Corner three, good, Mia Jones.
Wow.
Big shot from Mia, and she shoots at 41% from the three-point line. 3-point game.
16-4 run here in 5.5 minutes for Layton Christian.
Ball goes down on the block inside to Jaffa. Sends it back out. Ball movement over to Blazard. Now they catch it on the block. Great passing inside. Leads to a Jaffa bucket. He had about 4 hockey assists on that. Starting with Jaffa kicking it out, and then eventually she gets it inside and scores.
Nice designed half-court offensive play. Just a little bounce pass down to Jaffa. If she catches it that low, she's going to finish.
Silva, tough shot.
Wow.
No good. Had 3 Trojan defenders in the vicinity. And Morgan now comes out in transition. It's Bocut. Gets it down on the block inside. Morrell turns left-handed finish. How about Emery Morrell for 2? And Morgan, after this was a one-possession game, they've now scored back-to-back possessions. Lead by 7, 34-27. Minute 44 to go here in the third. Boyle dumps it off inside. A little reverse shot is no good from Eiskin, and the loose ball is picked up. Great rebound from Kaylee Bocut. Now Elena Birkland out in transition. Has it deflected. And it hits the official, still is technically inbounds. And the ball goes to Boyle, who's stripped, and they're going to say it stays with Morgan. And, boy, those Morgan fans are upset, but that's just the nature of the game.
Yeah, they're part of the court.
Yep.
I think Layton Christian is going to keep that ball.
They are, yes.
Yeah, and you've got Mariana Cabero, she did something to her knee on that last layup attempt. She's coming out.
Oh, really? Back in the game, it's Sage Mosley. Ball through the fingertips of Mosley, but it ends up back in the hands of Silva. Silva up top. Dribbling high, comes off the screen. Drive, float, shoot, in and out. Rebound comes down, and an outlet pass now. From one big to the other, and then she lost it. Oh, Trussell had it in transition and just maybe took her sight off the basketball for a split second. Turnover back to Layton Christian. Jones with it, up top Silva, under a minute to go in the third. A 7-point lead for the Morgan Trojans. Eagles have fought their way back. Jones just blocked. Not sure she realized how close Jaffa was, and now we'll get a jump ball. Possession to Morgan. Trojans get it back. It's been an interesting third quarter, Greg.
Yeah, that's been a lot. Just as an announcer, it's kind of more fun to call this third quarter.
Right.
Yeah.
We'll get Edio Giwari in for Layton Christian along with Laura Velasco.
That right there is why Tanner Wilkinson makes the big bucks. That is well done, my brother. That is the Greg Wrubell trained Tanner Wilkinson to my right. That's a tough name to say right there for number 23, Grace. Her first name's Grace.
Her first name is Grace. And by Grace it is, because I don't know if I could do 2 of the tougher names.
You did well with that one.
Blazard crosses out. Trojans moving it around with 30 seconds to go. They go inside the paint, turn, shoot, bank, score. Tell you what, Olivia Jaffa uses the glass really well in the paint, even from maybe some of the more difficult angles to bank a shot in, back up to 9.
4 points here in this third quarter for Jaffa, 8 total points for her. Both of those here in this quarter just like that, right by the hoop, off the glass from about 5-6 feet away.
6-0 run for the Trojans after it was cut to 3. Silva hoists up a shot for 2, no. And a foul at the buzzer on the rebound. It'll be the first team foul on Layton Christian as we head to quarter number 4. I don't think there's a shot.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was just on the rebound. So that will end our third quarter. Morgan 36, Layton Christian 27. We'll be back with fourth quarter action on Centricom Channel 10 and ETV.
I'm a mom raising 4 kids, so I know what you're dealing with. Distractions during homework time, faces buried in devices at dinner, not to mention the tug of war to pry devices away from my kids when it's time to go to bed. So I looked everywhere to find a system that could help me with everything I need. A system I can trust. And I found it. It's called CentraGuard by Centricom. You can get started with taking back the internet by visiting Centricom.com right now. CentraGuard. Better family internet.
Hi, I'm Dustin Shakespeare, the Central Region Pathways Coordinator. Do you know what pathways are offered at your high school that connect with Snow College? Students enrolled in career technical education courses can develop valuable real-world technical skills and a strong academic foundation. Over 630 students completed CTE pathways last year in the Central Utah region. Our 35 pathways empower students to explore career options, pursue what they are passionate about, and earn valuable industry certifications. To learn more about these career pathways, talk to your CTE teachers and school counselors today.
Welcome back on in 36-27. Tanner Wilkinson, Greg Sterner with you. It was a fun third quarter, Greg.
Absolutely.
Really, Layton Christian got up and down, and they only had 11 points at halftime. They scored 16 in that third quarter. 16-10 they won that, but 6-0 Morgan to end the quarter. So it'll be Layton Christian ball, a great block shot. How good defensively have Olivia Jaffa and Alex Trussell been, not just in the paint, but they're taking inspiration from Rudy Gobert last night, shutting Luka Doncic out on the perimeter.
That's right. Yeah, that's a good reference there. Yeah, rising up there, blocking that shot. Would have been a three-point look for the Eagles.
Jones catches on the right side. Free throw line extended to Eiskin. Good little scoop shot for two. Left hand, Mine Eiskin. Lead down to 7 now, 36-29.
4 points for her now today.
Ball goes down in the paint to Trussell. Turn, left-handed shot's no good. Trussell gets it right back. Stick back, no. Fighting for the loose ball and finish. Twin Towers, Olivia Jaffa finishes inside. Across the timeline, Rusgar Boyle, who really is what sparked the comeback for Layton Christian there in quarter number 3. Eiskin catches, free throw line, extended drives. Blocked again. The defense again of Jaffa and Trussell just. You got Robinson and Duncan. You've got Sampson and Elijah when they were at Houston.
Twin Towers?
Was it Sampson
the
and Elijah
yeah,
in
Ralph
Houston?
Sampson. Yeah.
The original Twin Towers. You got the Wasatch front with Gobert and Favors, of course. And, oh, what a shot from the corner. My goodness. Bianca Silva, she does shoot 52% from 3, knocks that one down. I think she's 1 of 2 now on the
52%. Wow.
From 3, yeah. Doesn't take a ton.
Wow.
Maybe takes, 1 to 2 every other game type of thing. But shot is off the top of the rim, no good. And then I think they're going to call the foul, and they will, on Silva. So that'll lead to free throws here for Morgan. The Trojans shot 2 of 5 at the line in the opening half. These will be the first free throws for them because just the second team foul on Layton Christian. That first team foul was on the rebound as time was right before time expired.
So the question you have if you're for Coach Jones is, you got Bianca Silva out there most of the game, and you say she shoots 52% from the three-point line, but she doesn't shoot very many? Why don't you shoot more? If I was talking to Coach Jones, I'd say, man, tell her to shoot. And obviously that percentage would probably maybe go down a little bit, but geez.
Not everyone can be Kyle Korver and shoot as many threes as he did.
Hoist them up, man.
And shoot that high of a percentage, yeah.
If I was him, I'd tell him, I want you to miss 3 3-pointers before you stop shooting this game.
Well, you look, Hallie Janes.
Yeah,
her job is to
Richfield.
shoot, and her percentages may be in the mid to higher 30s, but you see why. You're open, you're a good shooter, shoot the ball.
Yeah. Just a freshman, I think, for Richfield, right?
I think she's a sophomore.
Is she a sophomore? Okay.
Yeah. Coach James' daughter for the boys program there is an over-the-back foul called on Layton Christian. They now have picked up the last 3 fouls in the game after 6 fouls in that third period for the Morgan Trojans. Ball comes into Janelle Blazard, now getting it up ahead to Bigelow. Bigelow crosses over, gets it across the timeline, now over on the left side to Maslin Bailey. Maslin shoots 50% from 3, and she has not missed a free throw in the season this year in limited action. 3, good. Janelle Blazard, boy.
Step back.
That was pretty.
12 points for Janelle now to lead the Trojans.
With a 10-point lead. Good catch from Sabuero, blocked. Ooh. What a block from Jaffa. To the dismay of the crowd at Layton Christian.
That's at least 2 blocks there in this fourth quarter, and if you count that one that was a shot, it looked like it was just a deflection on a pass, but if it would count it as a shot, that would be 3 blocks there.
Banking it in from the corner, Maslin Bailey. She's going Charles Abuo against San Diego State, my friend. Do you remember that shot? Not a lot of people will remember that shot.
The crazy angle, yeah. I don't think she meant to put that one off the glass, but it worked.
Banks open on Saturday.
There's that 3-pointer, that little step back from Janelle Blazard against the taller defender.
Let's look at the block here. That's just a good block.
Yep.
Let's see here. Little 15-foot baseline shot off the top corner. I tell you what, if I'm playing horse, I don't want to play against Maslin Bailey. Jeez Louise.
That makes Tim Duncan proud.
That's right. We're just talking about the Twin Towers. It was a guard going high off the window.
Yeah, beautiful shot.
You know who always liked a shot from the angle for the Jazz that I felt no one talked about? Paul Millsap had a nice little bank shot from about 15, 16 feet out.
Yeah. There's one of the few guys me and you were talking in the pregame, before the pregame show, just chit-chatting about the guys who left the Jazz that maybe would have been better off if they stayed. Millsap definitely had a lot of success after leaving
that was
the
a good
Jazz.
point.
Yeah, Atlanta Hawks getting some all-star games. Yeah.
Mo Williams, maybe one of the guys that was good for a few years there
Came
with
back
Cleveland.
Again. Yeah.
Did come back again, that's right.
Yeah. 12-point lead here for Morgan.
Yeah, they've kind of opened the floodgates back open. It was down to 3.
Yeah, it was 30-27, 14-5 run here for Morgan to take control back in this one.
5:33 to go. Ball comes into Silva, who just hit a big three-point shot to keep this thing somewhat afloat for Layton Christian. 5:26 to go. Drive over on the right side. Now lobbing it inside is to Eiskin. Cross court. Three-point shot on the way. Short from Boyle. Eiskin gets the rebound, falls. Jones gets a straightaway look at a three. That's strong. Rebound comes down to Janelle Blazard. Blazard crosses over. Looks to come off the screen. Three-point shot on the way is no good from Bigelow, but then she gets her own board. Can't finish with the left hand, and it ends up in the hands of Mina Eiskin. Out in transition, Silva. Stop, pop from 15, no. Rebound, Janelle Blazard goes and grabs it, and needing a little bit of help, gets it up ahead before Eiskin deflects it out of bounds. And oh my, that almost looked like I was going to say it almost. She got good ankles.
Yeah,
because if that's Anthony Davis, that's not going to end well.
Yeah. You saw Olivia Jaffa there affecting that little shot. Bianca Silva tried to back that out and take a little jumper, but Jaffa and her long arms just affecting that shot.
Blazard crosses the timeline. 4:42 to go. Ball goes down in the paint, turn, shoot, bank, and no good, and they call the foul. She points at the ref behind her saying, thank you for making the call. So
yeah,
Alex
Trussell expected that call for sure. She was just pointing at her arm.
71% free throw shooter. The senior here in her final 437 of her high school career. You know, Greg, the one good thing about basketball, you can always get a group together and play. Not quite the same with football or even baseball or some of these other sports. You can always go play some pickup 5-on-5.
Sure.
One more free throw. And who knows, you know how competitive intramurals get in the college level. So always some more hoops to be played. And Coach Hugentobler used to always say, you could even just go shoot hoops by yourself. Can't throw a football back to yourself. Taken away, Blazard, scoop, score. Finally rolls in. I might have spoken a little too soon. Lead, but it does go in, and the lead is up to 16 with 4:27 to go. Blazard gets it far up ahead. Drive by Sabuero. She throws up a shot and will go to the line for two. Mariana Sabuero, 70% free throw shooter. Both these teams good free throw shooting teams in the upper 60s. That'll be two shots.
High school coaches, you want your girls or your boys, if you're a boys coach, out shooting those free throws all summer, working on your form, working on your routine. First one no good there by Sabero, trying to get in the scorebook for the first time tonight.
And she gives them 11 and 7. Their second leading rebounder on the team. It's a 15-point lead.
Got that second one. Yep.
Berkland with the basketball, looks to cross over, puts it inside. Good deflection down low by Sabero. And somehow coming away with it were the Trojans, and then picked up, scoop, no good. Inside another offensive board, comes down to Jaffa and lays it up and in there. 50-33, Trojans back up 17.
One thing I like about Olivia's game is when she has it down there in the paint, there's zero question of what's going to happen. She's going to put up the shot. Now, she might not make it. She makes more than she misses for sure when she's that close, but there's no looking out to the perimeter to maybe hit somebody for an open three. She is going strong, and she's putting it up, and then if she misses, a lot of times she comes down with the rebound and puts it back up quick again like she did just on that last possession. 12 points for her now today.
Silva looks to cross over, gets about to the free throw line, cross-court pass. Jones thought about the three, left-hand dribble, gives it back now over to Eiskin, who was cleaning her shoe.
In the middle of the play.
And we'll get a jump ball, possession arrow, points to Morgan with 3:39 to go. Well, it took a lot of energy, I think, Greg, for Layton Christian to make that. That's the one negative thing when you get behind and make a big push for a comeback. Sometimes you use up so much of that energy as Eiskin
especially with kind of lack of subs. They don't go too deep into their bench, Layton Christian.
Julia Kobayashi.
There you go.
Kobayashi was a really good hot dog eater,
That's
wasn't
right.
he? The hot dog eating guy.
With Chestnut.
Kobayashi and Chestnut. Now that is, you talk about Magic and Bird. I like to talk about Kobayashi and Chestnut. Basket good inside for the Trojans.
If you would have asked me if Kobayashi and Joey Chestnut would have came up on this broadcast today, I would have told you there's no way. But here we are.
It's day 3.
Coney Island hot dog eating contest. We gotta think of some other contest. What about sumo wrestling for this next game?
Loose ball taken away by Birkeland.
I don't know if Tanner's got the sumo wrestlers memorized.
Not quite. Turn, bank, shoot, no good, but a foul. Jaffa will go to the free throw line. So, 2 shots for the sophomore, Olivia Jaffa. This team going to be very focused on her and Birkeland, along with Camila Brooks a year from now. Those will kind of be the 3 top minute getters that return for Coach Schmack.
Yeah, graduating Alex Trussell, Bigelow, Blazard, of course, Spence, Bocut.
Yeah.
A lot of seniors on this team playing in their last game.
Got a state championship ring in their career, too.
Absolutely. Yep, they've made their mark on that Morgan gym for sure with a banner last year.
Vanessa Newen-Schutte has come on. Ball is off. Rebound to Mia Jones. Couple seniors getting some minutes here late for Layton Christian as well. Jones gets it across the timeline. The lefty. Crossover. Ball deflected. Picks it back up and then is just swatted. Jaffa she watched Rudy last night. I'm pretty convinced of it because she has been all over the place.
Brad didn't have her with any blocks there in the first half. That's at least 3 here in the second half. She comes off with a big smile on her face. You can tell she just likes basketball.
Yeah.
Good little group of teammates here for the Trojans.
So impressed
Everybody
with this
patting
program.
her on the back down here.
Body language, the whole shebang.
Yep.
They go to Jones on the block. Jones, step back J for 2 and draws a foul. Mia Jones goes to the free throw line where she shoots 89% at the line.
89, you say?
89. Wow. She was the one returning player from last year's team, and saw her play last year. Doesn't surprise me. Very good free throw shooter. Was in the, I think, lower 80s a season ago.
Wow. If you can go hit 9 out of 10 from the free throw line consistently in an empty gym, let alone with the pressure of fans yelling at you. Yeah, good for her. 4 points, knocks down that first one.
2:32 to go in this one. An 18-point lead has now been trimmed to 17. That one, 52-35. And she steals it. Jones just stole it and then draws a foul. She'll go back to the line for a 1-and-1 here. Good sportsmanship by the Trojans, helping her out. You know what's interesting in some of these matchups, Greg? You play a team for the 3rd time. It's like in the NBA playoffs. You probably get kind of sick of seeing the same team time and time again. Oh, yeah. Always good to see sportsmanship at the end of some of these physical contests.
Yeah, these two teams both in Region 13. So, they definitely know each other well.
She'll get one more with 2:30 to go. Up and good. 52-37 now, the lead down to 15. If Jones just shot free throws for the last 2:30, that might be the one shot Layton Christian's got at making the comeback. Birkeland gets it across the timeline. Now Cadence Wardell is in. Loses her dribble. Picked up and scoop and score for the senior. Love to see seniors getting in here. Kaylee Bocut with the deuce. Lead back to 17. Lob over the top for Velasco. It goes out of bounds. For Layton Christian, we'll go back to Morgan Trojan basketball. 2:06 to go here. Birkeland with it, gets it across the timeline to Wardell. Picks up her dribble, gives it over on the right side to Birkeland. Screen high, Birkeland puts it on the floor. Euro's fouled. Count it, what a shot from Elena Birkeland. She's been impressive tonight.
Yeah, 8 points for her, looking for 9 here.
Pardon me, this afternoon.
Yeah, we both do it. Yeah, she's just a junior as well. She averaged 11 points per game for the Trojans. About 3.5 rebounds, 2 assists, 3 steals.
Yes.
Yeah. Good ball player, excellent shooter.
Another timeout called here by Layton Christian. Minute 53 to go. Let's preview this Manti-Juan Diego game, Greg.
Sure.
Templars with a tough one last night against Grantsville. It was interesting. After the Grantsville-Ben Lomond game, you and I both agreed, and Rick Robinson, too, all our on-air talent agreed, oh, that's a much better matchup for Manti. Well, I think we were wrong.
That's what we thought.
Broadcasters are wrong, believe it or not.
Yeah,
and
quite often.
Quite often.
Yeah. Juan Diego, when they came into this tournament and really kind of halfway through the season and whatnot, I said in my opinion, there was 2 state champion
caliber
clear favorites.
Yeah.
Layton Christian and Juan Diego. And they met up in the semifinals, the 1-versus-4 matchup there. Layton Christian was able to pull away from that one despite 35 points and 20 rebounds from Malik Diallo. It'll be interesting to see what Coach Shakespeare designs to try and keep him. If he catches it on the block, what do? Run 3 guys at him? I don't know. It'll be interesting to watch this next game to see what Coach Shakespeare draws up for the Templars.
Man, 35 and 20, that is a night no matter what level of basketball you're playing and who you're playing against.
Yeah. Just a sophomore, Diallo is.
Free throw good despite the buzzer sounding because they didn't let the time run out on the timeout for whatever reason.
Oh,
so
is that what it was?
That's what it was. It was counting down. I'm like, oh, this buzzer's going to go off, and sure enough. So, minute 53 to go.
Elena Birkland. Sure, Coach Mack kind of liked that to see if she could hit it in with the pressure of the buzzer going off.
Maybe they do that in practice.
Yeah,
who knows?
cool as can be. Knocked that one down, nothing but net.
And that is deflected by Blazard off of Boyle.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if you see Coach Mack pull Blazard out here.
Yeah.
Some of these seniors get that last round of applause for them. Alex Trussell as well.
Spence drives, fouled, and as you see here, the cheerleading squad for Morgan's chanting "Let's Go Seniors," which always a cool thing. You know, that's such a big time. You know, you look back maybe years later and you think, oh, high school wasn't that big a deal. But in the moment, this is a big deal for these kids as they move on to this next stage of life and wrap up a big part of their.
A lot of times I think it's the opposite. I think right at the moment maybe it's not. They don't realize how big it is, and when they look back, because. Yeah, man, you put in so much time that maybe sometimes you get to the point where you're kind of okay with your season being over.
Yeah.
You're kind of moving on with life, but, man, you look back and
Jones hits a 3.
It was big.
Yeah.
It was big for you. Mia Jones now with 10 points get into double figures. The third Layton Christian Academy Eagle into double figures.
A good sportsmanship there. Eiskin just making sure Blazard was okay after the bump. Janelle will go to the free throw line for possibly the last time in her high school career, depending on how this last minute 26 pans out. Shot is up and down. Front end of the 1-and-1. As Coach Mack calls over, Marissa Spence. Free throws up and good. 59-40, minute 26 to go. Silva will bring it up. Here at Bonneville High School, home of the Lakers. Blue and gold Lakers. What they were in Minneapolis, I guess.
Yeah.
The team you and I both don't like. Not a lot of people in Utah do unless you're from California. And Jones will draw another foul and go to the free throw line. Mia Jones is going to continue her fourth quarter. She had a good fourth quarter.
Yeah, absolutely. 10 points for her. What'd she have there in the first half?
I don't know that she scored.
Yeah, she didn't. So 10 all in the second half here. A lot from the free throw line. Hit a 3 there. That last time down, looking for a couple more from the free throw line.
Jones will go to the line for the 2. The minute 8 to play. In and out. Well, there's your 1 out of 10.
Yeah,
she's probably going to miss.
That's right. Coach Mack sticking with his starters here. Up 19 with a minute left.
Jones's second shot is good. 59-41. And there's some excitement within this program. Mia Eiskin was so thrilled when Jones got to go back to the free throw line. There's a foul. I don't know what
the whole bench went up. I mean, they're down 18, and the whole bench was up clapping. And Coach It's Coach Jones, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
I wonder if there's a relation there.
Yeah, I don't know if maybe there was a certain number of points she needed to get to set some all-time record or something. I don't know, because they were all very excited when she hit that. So.
And you see her talking with Alex Trussell. Alex asked, I couldn't quite, guess, but I read the lips of nice job. So probably asking her, hey, what was that all about? And Jones will now sub up to a gigantic applause and a big hug from Coach that may or may not be related. We're not sure on that, but she checks out for the final time in her career.
There's got to be something going there. There's got to be an all-time scoring leader or a single-season scoring leader or something like that.
She was a big player for them last year. I would guess this is an all-time kind of record for her.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
Very cool moment as she's checked out for the final time in her career. And ovations here for some seniors for the Morgan Trojans. And Blazard's at the free throw line, so she can't check out just yet with a minute to go.
Yep. Alex Trussell will check out
for the final time. Big ovation for her.
You have Danielle Bigelow checking out as well. Yep.
Blazard hits.
Janelle Blazard.
And will now come out for the final time. Great group of seniors here. You didn't win it your senior year, but you got one and during your time, got a ring. Under a minute to play here as the benches have emptied for both these teams. Kobayashi unable to control it. Ball deflected out and picked back up by Camila Brooks. And now Birkeland with it. Screen comes up high from Jaffa. 36 seconds to go. Probably only going to run until you get a good look inside. Well, for Jaffa, that's all the time. Yeah. She muscles it up and in.
There she goes. There she goes. 16 points for her to end her sophomore year here.
63-41. 21 seconds remaining. Ball goes over to Newan Schutte. Looks to drive it. Kick it back over. Ball fake. Shot blocked. Jaffa's not messing around with 4 blocks in the second half here. 11 seconds remain in this one. Pound the rock, send it in, and a steal. And layup on the other end, no good but a foul here with 7 seconds to go, so that'll send Camila Brooks to the line. Junior, she'll be a big focal point next season with Jaffa and Birkeland. Talked about that a little bit earlier in this broadcast. 7.3 to go. First one good. Coming up, it's Manti and Juan Diego in the third place game there. Impressive during Manti's 3A run the last 5 years now. Greg, they have always made it to Saturday, regardless of if they're state champions or not.
I've talked about a lot this year, talked about it last year during the playoffs. We'll talk about it in this next game, I'm sure.
And that will end it as Jaffa just decides to throw up a shot late, and that will end.
How'd she miss that? She doesn't miss any shots in this second half. Come on.
That's right. Final, Morgan places third here at State. We'll have our third place boys game coming up in just a bit as Brad's going to print us some final stats here. In the girls b-ball third place game, Millard and North Summit just at the half. They're on a different schedule than we are because we got to make it back to Weber. They're all at the Sevier Valley Center there at 2A. Those Kanab girls are playing against South Sevier. South Sevier, the 8th seed, making it to the state championship in 2A. And as we thank Brad, gives the tip. There we go. Kanab, I thought this was really cool, Greg. Just want to share one of the best sportsmanship moments I've ever seen in sports last year. North Summit lost 2 years ago in a double overtime game in the state championship to Millard for girls basketball. Their starting point guard, who now plays for CSI, I'm trying to remember the last name. It's a very prominent name up there. It just slipped my mind. But
for North Summit?
For North Summit,
like
yeah. A Richens girl, okay. Yeah. So they lose it her junior year. She's the starting point guard. They win it her senior year. She's the starting point guard. Before she even pumps her fists, goes to celebrate or anything, she goes and finds, even before the handshake line, goes and finds Gracie Glover of Kanab, who's a phenomenal player for Kanab. It just has been since she was a freshman, and just gives her this big hug and has a conversation with her before any type of celebration. Probably saying something to the effect of, hey, my junior year, I was in your position. Go come out next year and be better. And now Kanab's got a chance to do that tonight.
Wow, that's cool. That's
just
really
kind of a cool
Tanner.
story.
Yep, I like that.
Let's wrap this up real quick because we do have another pregame show to get to. Final score, 65-41. Leading scorers on the night, 18 for Janelle Blazard, 16, 14, and 4 for Jaffa.
Wow.
Really great second half from her.
14 boards.
9 points from Elena Berkland with a pair of threes. 15 points for Boyle, 11 for Silva, or 10 from Silva, 11 from Mia Jones. So that's going to do it. Your final, 65-41. We'll be back with more coverage on Centricom Channel 10 and ETV, just teaming up with Mid-Utah Radio and MTCC for this next broadcast.